Hey y'all, happy Saturday. I come to share a weekly word with you, and this week's word is an example. Y'all, when I was growing up, I used to hear a lot from my grandmother, my father said it, and later as an adult, even I said it. Birds of a feather flock together. And it's like, who do you surround yourself with? What I want to tell you today is the company you keep is important. Some people will say, I can't help the family I was raised in. And that may be true. But sometimes you follow an example or you are the example. I was recently talking to a young lady that said that she was the first generation of her family to graduate from college. And so I got to reflecting on my own family. And it's three generations of us. I saw my father get his degree and later on his graduate degree. And my brother, I have a sibling, I have another sibling, and myself who all have degrees. And two of my father's grandchildren have degrees. My oldest nephew, and that are old enough. My oldest nephew and my daughter. But I'm not saying that that's an avenue to success. What I saw from my parents was what I rate success as is going and showing up for your life and doing your best. Putting in an effort, setting goals, and doing something. But prior to my father getting a degree, he went to work every day. He was an example of what working was and not making excuses. He was an example of, yes, I'm going to go to school. I want to elevate, but I still have a family. I still have to work, not one job, but two. But I'm still going to put an effort in to do something. So that's what I was saying. I saw that as an example that it was no reason that you couldn't take choices or have options to go to your success route in a different way or a different path. But as long as you put in the effort, you could do that. And that's why sometimes it's so important to have mentors. I remember having a conversation with someone when they was with another individual. And I said, either this person is going to come up or you're going to come down. And so their response to me was, they're going to have to come up. But in turn, what I saw was this person go down. And I'm still watching this individual, and I see that they have left one toxic situation and gone into another toxic situation where their thoughts were that they say they have goals. It's one thing, and the Bible says it's one thing to talk it, but it's to say it, but it's in truth. But it's indeed when you do it. You have to do something and not just talk about it, but you have to be about it. And like I'm saying, just because your family's always been on welfare doesn't mean you have to stay on welfare. Just because your family never graduated from high school don't mean you have to graduate from high school. Someone in your family can break that yoke. You can be the example for the next generation or for your friends around you. And it's who you surround yourself with that you tend to take on. The Bible will tell you that iron sharpens iron. Are you having people in your life that sharpen you, that want to see you elevate, that want to see you doing better? If you're sitting around people all the time and you have people all the time, but you got time to sit around with people all the time that's doing nothing, more than likely you're going in their environment to be around them doing nothing. And I can tell you most of the time those are the most fun people to be around, but they're not helping to elevate you. They're not helping to sharpen you. And then you're doing something, but you're not being an example for them to sharpen them. You're okay with sitting around doing nothing. Be an example. You may not always have a cheerleader. You may not always have a mentor. Look things up online. Read motivational things. And do what you need to do to move past that stagnant stage. Do what you need to do to be a successful goals in your life. Am I saying that education is it? No. I don't know what your goals are. Going to work every day. If you've been in your family and no one's ever worked, why don't you try to get a job and go to work every day if that's your desire in life, if you want to do something different, if you want to change your environment? You're going to set example for those that's coming up behind you. Well, I saw my cousin go to work every day. I saw they were able to obtain some things, to have things, to move their family out of welfare situation, not depend on the government, to use it as a helping hand and not a stone or a crutch. I saw something different, so I'm doing something different. I had an example. I saw my cousin get her high school diploma. I saw my cousin get her college degree. I saw my cousin go to work and start their own business, and I think I can start a business too doing so and so. No, mama's not encouraging me. No, dad is not encouraging me. But I'm praying every day. God is on my side. And I'm going to tell my little cousin, when they somebody else saying they can't do it, I'm going to tell them they can do it. I did it. I'm no different. I'm no better. You can do it too. So watch who you are around. Do I have people in my life that's doing nothing? Yes, I do. Do I love them? Yes, I do. Is it rare that I go around them? Yes, it is. I'm busy trying to do some things to try to get somewhere and trying to go somewhere, trying to work. And if I got time to be hanging around people that's not doing nothing, how do I have time to work and work towards my goals? If I'm sitting around somebody doing nothing all the time. So in truth, y'all, birds of a feather truly flock together. And if you want to be about something, be about something. Don't use where you came from as an excuse. And sometimes it takes one step at a time. I know I was overwhelmed when I was getting my degree, and I had to start looking at it like, you got to work, you got a child, you got to raise your daughter, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I started looking at it not as a whole, but as little bites. One class at a time, one bite at a time. Don't spread yourself too thin. If you know you want to get your high school diploma or GED, start working on that. Start just working on that. Then set another goal. Once you get that goal completed, work on something else. But I want to tell you that if you want something in life, you got to go get it. Be careful who you surround yourself with all the time. The company you keep all the time. The examples that are in your life can be bad and can be good. You choose which ones you want to follow. It was important, like I said, my dad taught me to have your own relationship with Christ. His relationship wasn't going to be that for me. I encourage you today to have your own relationship with Christ. Have your own spiritual relationship with God. No matter what others is, you have yours. He's there for you to lean on. And again, you and God are always the majority. He's the only example you need when you don't have a worldly example. I want you to know that you're loved. And I just want to encourage you today, if you're stagnant, if no one's around you cheering you on, you got this. When God is for you, who can be against you? Keep going, keep believing, and be careful who you surround yourself with. Be around people that sharpen you. And you also, in reciprocation, sharpen others. I want you to know you're loved. I love you, but God truly loves you the most. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others. Be joyful and be blessed. Love you much. Bye.